In this episode of The Russell Brown Show, I want to combine two great new features that have just been released for Adobe Photoshop CC. And that's one of the great things about the Adobe Creative Cloud is that updates can come out at any time. And these are two great new updates. The first of these two new features is found here under the Filter menu and down here to Liquify. Liquify has a great new added feature that allows you to smooth out the areas that have been liquefied. And I'll demonstrate that in just a minute. The second of these features is found under the Select menu, and it's hidden within Color Range. Color Range has been updated to allow you to select a more accurate selection of gray shades or colors within an image. And that's where I'm going to start this demo. I'm going to go right over here under my Layers tab panel and show you some clouds that I'd like to place into the sky in this image. Now, in order to get those clouds into the sky, I'm going to bring it in with a mask. And to create this mask, I'm going to first target my image as you see here, my layer number 1, my background layer. Then I'm going to go over to the Channels panel, and I'm going to select a targeted channel. In this case, I'm selecting the blue channel. Now, this isn't the normal way that I would have made a selection, but now with the new color range tools, it really makes this process easy. And this tip and technique of selecting a channel as your targeting starting point is really cool. So starting with the blue channel, as you see here, I'm now going to go up to the Select menu and down to Color Range and reveal this great new feature. Here under the Select menu, I'm going to select midtones. Check this out. We now have a range of tones that you can select here. Not only the fuzziness as we had in the past, but now range. If I adjust the range, I can then zero in on just the tones I want in this image. Now watch this. I'm now eliminating the foreground tones and I'm making a perfect mask of the horizon within this image, separating my sky from my foreground sand dunes and mountains. Wow, I've never had that capability before. I can go in, of course, with fuzziness and readjust that edge and soften it just a little bit, just like that. Then click OK. I've made my selection of my sky. Let's now return to the RGB image, back to our layers, and then turn on the visibility of the clouds that I want. Then simply go down below here at the base of the Tabbed Layers panel and click on this icon to add layer mask. And it's done. I have a really nice quality mask made quickly and easily with that process. Okay, fantastic new feature. The next feature, of course, works with Liquify. Once again, notice that I have a smart object in this case, because I like to use the Liquify feature with a smart object so it's non-destructive. Now I'm going to go over to the Filter menu and down here to Liquify to reveal this second great new feature. Now this process starts by liquefying the edge of this sand dune. I'm going to zoom in on this area right here. Then using the tool here in the upper left-hand corner, the Forward Warp tool, I'm going to go in and reconstruct this edge because this is the edge that I want to smooth. I'm going to increase the size of my brush with the Close Bracket tool. And I want to make an extreme adjustment, but I want to distort this from left to right as you see here. Lots of distortion. Then let's reveal that great new feature that's been added in this version of Photoshop, and it's called the Smoothing tool right over here. Now the Smoothing tool will only be visible if you're in the Advanced mode as you see here to the right. I'm going to select the Smoothing tool now. Let's increase the size of the Smoothing tool again with my Closed Bracket tool on my keyboard. Now check this out. I have some values here set for brush size, brush density, brush pressure, and brush rate. I find that I get my best results if I set all of these to a fairly low value. I'm going to put them down to about 25. Selecting each of these and changing it to 25. I want this process of smoothing to happen very slowly. So now watch. As I use this brush, I can start to slowly smooth these areas down. The process that I like is to slowly do vertical brush strokes here within the curve so it slowly bends it back to the curve I'm looking for. And because I distorted the curve a little bit farther than I needed to, it gave me more flexibility to adjust this curve and get it just the way I wanted it. It's a really nice way to take a rough edge and start to smooth it out in this fashion. If you find areas that need a little bit more work, then just go over those areas slowly with multiple clicks, here in this case with a mouse. This would also work extremely well with a pressure-sensitive tablet or a pressure-sensitive screen system that you may be working on. That looks great. So I did the distortion with the tool in the upper left-hand corner here, and then I used the new smoothing tool in the advanced mode for liquefying this edge. I click OK, and it then smooths out that area. There you have it, two great new features released in this version of the Adobe Creative Cloud that allow you to select really nice, accurate masks with the new color range feature, and then do accurate smoothing with the Liquify feature here in Adobe Photoshop CC.